When you read that a study was a completely randomized experimental design, what that tells us is that all experimental subjects were allocated at random among all of the treatments. Now, you can have any number of explanatory variables in one of these randomized experimental designs. We can look at this study of the effects of low-fat food labels on food consumption. The research question here is, do people eat more of a snack food when the food is labeled low-fat? Well, apparently, based on the study, the answer may depend on whether the snack food is labeled low-fat and whether the label includes serving size information. This was studied by an experiment using university staff, graduate students, and undergraduate students at a large university as subjects. There were 10 late afternoon sessions where the subjects viewed episodes of a 60-minute made-for-television program in a theater on campus, and they were asked to rate the episodes. So they were given this task that had nothing to do with the food that they were actually trying to study. Now, they were told that because it was late in the afternoon, they'd be given a cold 24-ounce bottle of water and a bag of granola from a respected campus restaurant called the Spice Box. They were told to enjoy as much or as little of it as they wanted. Well, each participant received 640 calories of granola in a clear plastic bag that was labeled with a nice label. But depending on the condition that was assigned randomly to these subjects, some were labeled regular Rocky Mountain granola and some were labeled low-fat Rocky Mountain granola. Now below this, the label indicated whether it contained 1 or 2 servings or if it didn't provide any serving size information. So here we have 2 variables, whether or not it was regular or low-fat granola, and then how many servings were indicated on the label. But keep in mind that everybody actually received the same exact granola. Now, as participants left the theater, they were asked how many serving size they believed their package contained. So now we have an additional variable, and that is the perceived amount of granola that was eaten. The way that they were able to measure how much each subject ate was they weighed the remaining amount of granola in the bag, and they knew that whatever was missing, they ate. So here, the statements about serving size and the actual weights of granola would be the response variables. The explanatory variables would be the fat content, had 2 levels, low fat and regular, and the serving size with 3 levels, 1, 2, or no information given. So there were actually 6 combinations here that we could make. And so there were actually 6 treatments that were being studied in this example. So it's absolutely fine to have multiple explanatory variables, but when you do that, you will have to have more treatment groups.